Have you ever overheard something that completely changed your life? Because I did, and it started with a sandwich. I was at this tiny cafe near my office, minding my own business, waiting for my turkey club, when I realized I forgot my wallet. So I doubled back to the table I was just at, hoping I dropped it under the chair, and that's when I heard it. My boss's voice, clear as day. He was sitting 2 tables away, back to me, talking to someone I couldn't see. I froze, because the guy never leaves his office. And he's saying, yeah, I've got a list of 3 I'm cutting next week. No one suspects anything. My stomach dropped. I ducked behind a giant potted plant like a total creep and kept listening. He goes, I'm starting with Derek. He's clueless. Then Kelly, she talks too much. And finally, Nate. Nate, that's me. I'm Nate. I literally mouthed, what? At the plant like it was going to give me answers. Then the other guy laughs and says, what about that big presentation Nate's been working on? And my boss, this dude I've worked under for 3 years, just shrugs and goes, let him finish it. Might as well get some use out of him before he's out. Out! Out! I almost stood up right there. I had just spent 2 weekends working overtime on that stupid pitch deck, and apparently I was disposable. So now I'm panicking, but I'm also petty. I sneak out, leave the wallet, whatever. I've got a backup car in my office. I rush back, open my laptop, and delete everything. I'm talking slides, reports, spreadsheets. Gone. Poof. I replace it with a single slide that says, ask Nate. He's the guy you're firing. Then I go to IT, tell them I'm upgrading my system, and ask them to revoke remote access to my files for security. They do it. Boom. Done. Next day, I act like nothing happened. I go into that meeting room with the board, my boss smiling like he's about to take credit for my work, and I click that one and only slide. The one that calls him out in front of everyone. The room goes dead silent. My boss stutters, tries to recover, but it's too late. One of the execs asks, Nate, what's this about? So I explain, politely, calmly. I say, I overheard my name being mentioned in connection with a layoff. I figure it would be unethical to provide confidential strategy for a company that's actively planning to let me go. One of the VPs nods slowly. The other guy glares at my boss like he already knew something shady was going on. Meeting ends early. I go back to my desk expecting to be walked out. Instead, I get an email from HR, asterisk, asterisk, they want to talk asterisk, asterisk. Turns out, this wasn't the first complaint about my boss. He's been quietly pushing people out and pocketing project bonuses. They found proof. 2 days later, he gets escorted out. And me? I get offered his position. No joke. Same office. Bigger paycheck, better snacks. So, yeah, I overheard one conversation, and it changed my entire life. Now I triple check who's around me before I say anything, because you never know who's behind that plant listening.